Hi, I'm Chris Minnick, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to understand generative AI and what it's doing. This is not a picture of me. This is a picture that GPT-4 generated based on me inputting about 10 images of myself. I'm the author of Coding with AI for Dummies and about 20 other books, including books about coding and Mastodon for Dummies and several novels. I have 20 years of teaching experience and 25 years of programming experience. I'm also a musician, a novelist, and a dog lover. And you can see here by the way the dog's arm is over my shoulder that dogs like me too. This is the big picture. Everything we're talking about today is part of this vast field called artificial intelligence. Natural language processing is a part of artificial intelligence, and it overlaps with machine learning and deep learning and generative AI. Generative AI is not completely part of natural language processing, because generative AI can also be used to create things like images, music, video, and any other kind of content. There are a number of different generative AI platforms. These are all software systems that are built on top of generative AI models. There are things like OpenAI, Google Bard, Bing, Claude 2, and so forth. What they all have in common is the model. And a model is just a software algorithm that's trained to perform a specific task by processing large amounts of data and learning patterns. You can think of models in the same way as things like model cars or model airplanes. They simulate some real thing. So we have large language models, which simulate human language, weather models, which simulate weather patterns, climate models, which simulate the climate as bigger picture, economic models, which simulate and are able to make predictions about economic conditions, healthcare models, which can simulate how drugs will work or how systems in the human body interact, educational models, traffic and transportation models, many different types of models that are used for specific things. And they're all created using training data. But there are three main kinds of training that you can do to make a model. In a supervised learning model, training is done using labeled data. Doing supervised learning is expensive because you have to have a lot of data that is properly labeled, but this is how you can make things like spam detection systems or image classification systems. You might have a AI model that is trained on pictures of hot dogs, for example, and you want it to be able to detect when a picture is of a hot dog. You use supervised learning to do that. Unsupervised learning is where you give the model a lot of data that is unlabeled, and you say, find patterns in this. What commonalities can you find in the data that I've trained you on? Semi-supervised is a hybrid of these two different training methods, and this is what our large language models make use of today. A foundation model is a large model that's trained on an enormous amount of data using unsupervised or semi-supervised method, and that can be adapted to a wide range of tasks. Things like GPT and our generative AI models are foundation models because they don't have a specific purpose. Generative models learn patterns and structures and features from their training data and are able to generate similar but original outputs. Let's see what this looks like now.